That's it, people. That's it.
So that was the show.
Do it again.
What was that?
We got all that on camera.
Pizza. We're gonna keep it right here, guys.
This is my favorite dance from Hitch.
Oh my god.
I don't remember. I remember the Q-tip. Throw it away.
And it goes like this.
Was that the Q-tip?
It's in that scene.
I remember the pizza. I remember we don't need food because there's gonna be food at the party. Keep it right here, this home base.
Oh my gosh, the other day I locked Steven out of the car and I said, in order to get in the car, you have to dance. And he goes,
That's awesome. That is my rule. If I have passengers and there's music, you have to dance. Is that your rule too?
I just do it in my car. Crank up the music. Except for my mom and my dad. That's a little. They don't even know.
Like, do you dance with Like, anyway, totally off the record.
No, okay. Something really bad. So I work at Old Navy.
Is this being filmed?
Yeah.
Because we're wasting tape.
It's fine. It's going on. It's okay. So.
Wait, no, that's not.
It's digital.
But it's all.
It's all the card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're good.
Okay.
to take for this one.
It's fine.
Newer stuff.
So anyway,
It's all good. So I work at Old Navy and I'm usually stuck in the dressing room. So literally we have like the 2 3-point mirrors. I literally stand there and because we have music playing and I wear my dance party.
you work there now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like my gas Okay, so let's actually.
Well, I don't know if you can read my writing.
So we're gonna. Okay, Brandy.
So, but Annie wants to be right here, right?
Oh.
Yep, you want to be. Because you don't want me looking right into the camera.
Which is going to be kind of hard because it's over here. But
That's okay.
done
I'll just have to
audio check?
carefully walk
carefully, not make it like
around. So, okay. Yes, Brandy's, even though we know it, say your name, spell it.
Say my name, say my name. Okay, my name is Brandy Rose Gottlieb. Brandy Rosegottllieb. But for the purpose of the interview, you can just drop the rose because, I mean, it's a little much. Oh, it's a beautiful flower.
And what is your official title?
My official title is Queen of Awesomeness.
I'm a snowbird.
Just saying.
Just never
I'm
left.
just saying that I'm saying.
Down here
Just saying
from
that.
Philadelphia about 12 and a half years.
Whatever.
Picture that in parentheses.
We don't have to include that.
I'll even Photoshop a crown for you.
Okay.
My wife is
So, Queen of Awesomeness. So,
we want to get away from Philadelphia.
I'm going to ask you a question. If you
so
can just kind of
down
put the
here,
question
Brandy,
in your
So we
answer.
moved down here. I love the weather.
Elementary school.
I'm a hot person. Hot weather
Sentences
person.
first. Yeah.
I'm from Delaware originally. Can't stand the
So,
cold.
how did you first hear about DME?
Gosh, I first heard about DME. Actually, it was about, I guess, 6 years ago. It was 2006. And a friend of mine came up to me and he opened his mouth and he let me know about an audition that was going on. He's like, yeah, I found out about this studio and they're looking for a host to host a local MTV type music show. He said, but they're really looking for somebody who's 25. And he's like, man, I'm 30, I'm too old. So I go, I'm not. So next thing I know, I call up the contacts that I was given, and I went down to the studio and I was just totally impressed by the equipment and the talent and everything that was involved. And I auditioned, I did a camera test to host what was then known as XLR Live. And it was a original production that DME was putting on. So fast forward a few years, and I kept in touch with the guys and just really kind of fell in love with TV work, but wanted to get into hosting and on camera, and then ended up doing some more on camera work with the studio over several years. And so went on to do a couple more shows with them, FYI, Latitude, and I kind of shied away from the technical aspects of the production just because, well, let's say sometimes I'm not as graceful and I tend to kick over cameras and knock wires. But I felt like it was time for me to pin myself down to learn the technicalities. So I've been on a long road of the other side of the camera, but learning the technicalities of producing and lighting is rather new to me. So that's the long answer.
You said it comes from a dancer saying you're not.
So I kind of put it on the back.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I do the video productions at my church,
Speak down, speak
and
down.
I want to make it a better quality. Right now, I just do basic
Yes, that's awesome.
videoing and then transfer to DVD for any members that may want copies.
Okay, so next question, so what have you, since you've done most of the hosting and that side of it, technically, what have you
Well,
learned
actually, I
so
went
far?
online.
Uh-huh.
and found out that,
This class
They were having
of
a
DME.
class.
Well, I'm gonna back up, and
Maybe I'll go down there and
I'm
get in.
really
So,
going to take this answer as far as what I've learned from DME, and I am going to take it back to my beginning with DME, because I feel DME is such an incubator for creative talent and for creative energy. And the one thing that I've learned is media is one of the most powerful art forms. Art in general, it's expression, it's art, it's taking creativity, and it's creating a platform that gives a voice. And so what I've learned is the power of taking a platform and making your voice known. And everything else are just simply tools to make that happen. Whether you're working the technical aspect, or you're working the lighting, or you're working the camera angles, or you're asking the questions, or you're designing the set, it's all part of painting that picture to give platform to that message that's going to be powerful. So that's what I've learned from that aspect. From the technical standpoint, I've learned a lot in a short amount of time. But really, the importance of the detail in everything that's done, that it takes a team, and it takes knowledge of lighting, it takes knowledge of editing, it takes knowledge of audio, of how to conduct your interviews, of how to build rapport. So there's many pieces that are involved in a great production that most people aren't even aware of when they're engaging in it.
And just fellowshipping with the other members of the class.
In terms of meeting room, if you watch
Learning stuff on the Mac. I never owned a Mac computer, so just learning some basic functions of how a Mac works. I'm a PC guy myself, and so doing the Mac thing, it's been a challenge, to say the least.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
James, going off
okay,
script
so
for a
now,
second.
you've already
You
been,
said you
you're
was in
already
the
involved
military.
with that.
How long
too,
you served in the
and
military?
being a host
I
and everything,
retired
but
20
what do you
years in the
plan on
military,
taking the knowledge
served
that
in
you
the-
have
in the
learned, and
Army.
what do you want to do in the future with
Did a lot of
working
different
here at
things.
DME and experience?
Probably
I really
other than
want to be able to create a
one of the things
platform
I'm most proud
to
of is,
combine the
I spent
human
3 years as a
experience
drill
with the
instructor
encounter
at
of
Fort
God,
Knox, Kentucky.
and
I
be able
love
to
it.
tell what is our story that we experience both creatively and personally, and what is God's story, what is His story, and how does that collide with the human experience? How does God's expression collide with the human experience? So I want to make a difference. I want to make an impact in the world, not just the world of media, but in a personal connection, one-on-one with viewers, and have the ability to really grab them with something powerful, with a powerful platform. What I would like to gain from the classes and from going forward and learning the technical aspect and all that is I really want to become proficient in producing and directing, and kind of being the one to run the show and put the whole creative picture and the whole creative package together. I don't feel like my talents or my skills that I carry the patience so much as far with the editing and with the technicalities, but I feel like my energy is probably more driven toward producing and directing and putting those pieces together. So that's what I'd like to move
Video
into.
production to the next level. So
And then we just have,
Well, can you state the name of your
True
church?
confessions.
yeah, I belong to Calvary Baptist Church, where the pastor, Chris Aiken, is the senior pastor, located over on Pine Forest Road, just up from the fair.
oh,
I mean, that's
okay,
probably maybe too much.
yeah.
We got one more question for you there,
But if you're in like that,
Would you recommend
Don't do
DME to
this.
someone else? And why?
Okay, yeah.
I would certainly
Cut off the head
recommend
now.
DME to someone else.
I mean, if that's how
Even
close you
as
want to be.
I was taking a class and I'm thinking,
Sure, why not?
of several different people that I think
Okay,
would,
so just one last question.
would,
I know you
benefit from,
I know the answer, but
taking the
anyway, tell us,
class.
would you recommend
Since I'm right
DME
now, I'm the-
to
I'm the
anyone,
sole,
and if so,
video
why?
person.
Would I
in the
recommend
church.
DME
I'm
to
looking to,
anyone, and if so,
recruit
why?
some
Let me
help.
think about this.
And so. by-
Yeah, I mean, hello. Of course, I would recommend DME to other people. Like I said earlier, DME is a creative incubator for the arts and for the media. And DME is not only teaching people how to produce, how to edit, how to do lighting, but DME is teaching people how to really reach inside themselves as artists and take that creative energy and funnel it toward a purpose and funnel it toward a passionate expression. And so that's why I would recommend DME.
They also offer from time to time discounts
It's been fun. And I'd like to make a plug for the knockoff tongs. Ding!
others.
Walmart, $9.47. But the kids don't get a pair.